Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Thursday, March 5th, 2015. Here in the Lynn-Body-Mind, it's me, Ra, at the microphone, and also here we have Luce and Asha, Sam, and Paul the Attorney. In the Jamie Body-Mind today, we have Pan at the wheel, also Glenn, still recuperating, and Perry the Doctor. We have with us 6 of the Vanovanovs. We have an assignment to narrow their group as quickly as possible, rather than as slowly as possible, so that we are sustainable as a team.
That's
and so
true.
we have met what we believe is today's goal, and we are now down to 6 of the Vanovanovs, 2 women and girls, 4 men. The youngest is 16, so we'll say 4 men. Our intention is to be completely non-directive, to do whatever is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to trigger the awakening right now. And with that, it begins. Instantly we're back in that big room, that
That's
big
true.
room that has a number of people here, the one that's right above the portal that we popped up through when we
That's
left the
true.
realm of the Vanovanovs.
And it's like a hush has come over the room, like they were talking and now it's quiet.
I think that somebody is either getting ready to give a scientific talk or just gave a scientific talk.
That's true.
And these scientists were getting ready to discuss that. And whatever we've just done kind of proves that that talk was bunk.
Was wrong, right?
Yes.
That's true.
And it was well presented, and it was a compelling argument.
That's
and they
true.
were getting ready to talk about it thoughtfully.
That's
But
true.
then we just popped up through the portal, so clearly that's untrue.
Right.
And it's as if the timing is almost comedic.
Exactly.
Poop, and here we are. Well, first things first, what do I know? Turn the dial up so that we're the right size.
Right size. All
as
of
big
us,
as
all of
these
us,
people.
all of us.
Ulysses is walking over and talking to some gentleman who's also got gray up top
That's true.
and is introducing himself.
Yeah.
I am Ulysses. I'm head of the Vanovanov clan.
And the other man looks surprised to see him here.
They've heard of him.
Oh yeah.
They've heard of the Vanovanovs.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He's shaking his hand.
And
Welcome.
yes, and
Yeah.
introducing him to others.
That's
This
true.
is Ulysses Vanovanov.
And they're going, oh, hello,
and
welcome.
numbers of them are
Yeah,
coming
clustering
over, like they
around.
would like to meet.
And I see
you.
him gesturing to the other Vanovanovs, going, there's my family.
Right, and our friends are traveling. What does he call us?
Like our compatriots.
Compatriots, yes. They are our compatriots.
And now there seems to be debate about what to do now because they were going to discuss this speech, but the speech has been proven to be not true, incorrect.
Problem solved!
It's true.
But now what?
But now what?
Well-
Right, everyone's going, well, now what?
Well, that is the question in every moment. Now what? How
It's
may
true.
we be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now? Ooh, they don't really like that question.
No,
Friends,
it rubs them the wrong
that
way.
is the fundamental question in all moments. Does everyone have their soul contract somewhere handy? Can you? No, they don't.
No.
Is anyone? Are you familiar with your soul contracts? Wobbly hand.
Yeah.
Do you understand that as a concept?
Yeah.
But they don't know if it's true. They
Right.
don't know whether or not that concept is actually true. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, you were just listening to some absolute nonsense and getting ready to debate whether or not it was true. You can see that that has been proven false. Are you willing to take as your working theory that this other body of information that we have accrued through all of creation is also valid? Boom.
Yeah.
Just consider
Yeah,
it
they're
might
willing to
perhaps
consider
be
it.
valid. And so now
Yeah.
look at one of the foundational,
Right
it's
there.
perhaps the foundational assumption underneath.
Yeah.
It looks like a Yertle the Turtle pile.
Yeah, that's true.
A long pile up, one theory builds on top of the next, and later ones would cause false theories to topple. And so we see a huge, it almost looks like an upside down pyramid built on one foundational assumption, none of which has proven that to be invalid, or it would be gone.
Right, that's
that
true.
one foundational assumption is we all have soul contracts.
Yes, everyone's nodding. They're on board.
You can see how this inverted pyramid balanced on the head of the pin being we all have soul contracts, would lead to a presumptive argument that we actually do all have soul contracts.
Yes, everyone's nodding.
And this has been tested throughout this many millions and millions of years, through this many millions and millions of dimensions.
They're
a
nodding.
Sample size of, I don't know the words for numbers that big.
Right, no.
And it still holds true. Now, we're not saying we know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's true, but I would bet all that I have and all that I am that that's true. Would you go along with that?
Yeah.
As a theory.
They're nodding. I don't hear anyone arguing.
No.
They all seem to be going, yeah, that's a good point.
There's another really good point that builds upon that, and you'll see it much higher up in the stack, but you see in the inverted pyramid, but you see that there is quite a bit above that also.
Oh yeah, nodding.
So this piece of paper right here, contents not yet mentioned, you see how many billions of times it's been tested, right?
Nodding.
So with a sample size of billions, presumption would be that this paper is also correct, right?
Nodding, yeah, everyone seems to agree with that.
How? We'll just do like a little magician's trick, pull out the paper and read it.
Yes.
It says this: all non-physical beings have as their soul contract to trigger the awakening right now, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. It's worded slightly differently throughout time and throughout space, but that is the presumption. Now look at them argue.
That's true.
Did you just agree that this was valid before you read it? Before we read it to you. You just agreed that it was proven valid.
Yes, they're nodding.
So,
No one's
here we go.
arguing with that.
Here we go. So, if all of us who are non-physical have trigger the awakening no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do as a soul contract, is it likely that it applies to you as individuals?
The brave ones are saying yes it does, and the others are nodding.
All right. So can we just ask the cowards to exit the room?
There they go.
There. It's better to get rid of those people right up front, because they're only going to hold you back. They're going to be water skiing in your wake the whole time, making it harder for you. It's much better to say, goodbye, Godspeed, onward ho.
That's true.
Now, friends, I have the feeling that the door's just closed.
Yeah.
We can see that this is true. We can see that we all have soul contracts. It has been proven just like gravity has been proven. We can see that all of us who do not have physical bodies have the soul contract to trigger the awakening right now, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. It's been proven just like gravity has been proven. Billions upon billions upon billions of tests, right?
Nodding.
We come to see that therefore odds are good. It applies to us as individuals.
Yeah, they're nodding. Everyone says, oh, I can't argue with that.
And with that, the question in any moment becomes this: how may I be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now? Paul is stepping forward.
Yes, it's true.
We have here, if you are a secular society, we would refer to it as a body of legal knowledge, lawsuits, rulings of lower courts, etc.
Nodding, everyone's nodding.
If you are a spiritually based society, we would call it a prayer request. How would you prefer we discuss it? Well, we'll start with the secular discussion, and then we'll move into the spiritual discussion.
Yeah, that feels good.
There's Paul is stepping forward. This is our
Yes, it's
attorney. He has spent the bulk of his career and his private life as well with
Yeah.
this as his focus. This client, here's the client in question, has
waving.
rulings of many, 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 many lower courts that say her claim for justice is valid and that justice should be granted.
That's true.
It is fundamentally a euthanasia prayer, but a euthanasia prayer not for her as an individual, but for her as a representative of all that exists. In other words, for all of creation. And you
Yes.
see how her energy body is interwoven, and there's some chart or...
Yeah, he has like a PowerPoint presentation.
Yes. Her energy body is interwoven with the rest of all of creation, and so that's a valid legal argument.
Yes.
Now, you see how many times that the argument has been upheld by lower courts,
Everyone's nodding.
and the rulings, yes, valid argument, valid
Yes,
argument, valid argument, valid argument.
Yep.
And now we begin to see something fascinating, how no one is able to make this happen.
Nodding, everyone's nodding, and he's showing them the records.
And Perry is also stepping up. It's like
Right.
the attorney is on one side and the doctor's on the other, and they're both pointing to the information
Right.
that shows this ruling and a specific performance, a lawsuit for specific performance, has been unable to be carried out. The specific performance request is still on the table.
That's true.
So, friends, here is what we bring to you. And you aren't you're just today's project for us. You see, we've been on this mission for
Showing them the records.
this long, depending on how you count it, many years, many millions of years. There are lots of ways to count this.
It's true. Since before your time started.
Way, way before your time started. Millions of years before your time began.
That changed something.
So, friends, are you going to be the ones who solve this problem, or are you simply today's check mark on our little dance card?
Oh, they don't like that.
Well, it's the reality. Here's the dance card. Right? Look at all the check marks.
True.
Millions of check marks. Are you today's check mark, or are you going to be the ones that solve the problem? Now, we have new hope every time we pop out of the one cluster of dimensions or collection of dimensions into
That's
the next
true.
collection of dimensions. We just did that. You saw us do that.
That's true.
And so it's possible that this will be the collection of dimensions that has the answer to this. It's possible. You look like scientists. Is that what's going on? Yeah.
They're all nodding.
So can you solve this problem, euthanasia, for all of creation?
3 out of 5 seem like they really want to do that.
Well, we're fine with you taking it on as a project.
Yeah, absolutely.
And taking all the time you need. Paul here went hour to hour in our time. We would create an eternal bubble, take all the... Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your energy shift.
Thank you.
We would create an eternal bubble in which he could have all the time he needed to solve the problem and all the resources he needed with which to solve the problem.
That's true.
And we would set the deadline in our time for an hour later.
It's true.
So right now in our time it's 12:17.
Yes.
You can have until 1:17 our time with
That's true.
all the time you need. Decades, eons, lifetimes if needed, and all the tools you need, everything you need to solve the problem. Who's in? Then step into that eternal bubble. Whoever's in, step in, because it takes more strength than you might think
That's
to hold
true.
these open. Step in because it's closing.
There we go.
And we'll check back with them at 1:17 by this clock.
That's true.